In this short demonstration, we're going to look at how you can place loads on your reinforced concrete cross-section. When you're in the reinforced concrete section view, under the main ribbon, you'll see we have a load section here, and that's what we'll be working with. To place a load on your section, we will use the Apply Load button. Notice that we have a service case combination tab that has various load sources, for example, D for dead load, L for live load, S for snow and wind, and so forth. I'm going to start with dead load, so I'll leave that selected as D, and I'll press the Apply Load button. When I do that, the inspector changes and allows me to enter a vertical force in 2 moments. For the vertical force, the sign convention is positive means compression. So I'm going to apply a vertical force of 100 kips, and let's place a bending moment about the x-axis of, say, 1,000 inch kips, and let's say 250 inch kips for moment y. Let's now switch the service case tab to L for live loads and select the Apply Load button from the ribbon again. And now for live load, let's place on a 200 kip axial compressive load and a moment about the x-axis of 2,000 inch kips. And when I'm done now, I have live loads applied as well. Notice that these loads might be able to be viewed easier by rotating the column around. So I'm going to hold down my Control key, drag my middle mouse, and that's going to allow me to rotate my section out of plane and maybe get a better view of the loads we're applying. I'll click on the View cube again and switch back to the XY view. Once we have service loads defined, let's look at the Load Case Manager. Under the Service Cases tabs, we'll see the loads we've applied. Under the Load Combinations tabs, we can select building code combinations that we'll get results for. We have ASCE7 and IBC, both ASD and LRFD combinations set. In addition, I can create factored combinations on my own. So by selecting this button, for example, I can create a custom combination, and let's say it's going to be designed in the strength category, or LRFD, and let's make a load case that has a factor of 2 dead and 3 live, for example, and I'll select OK. And now in the list, you'll see we have our custom combination defined. So that way we can create custom combinations. We can also use the clipboard to import custom combinations, and that's discussed more in the help file. The last thing I want to show is once we have created these combinations, we can switch to the Stress Results tab and look under Result Case, and we will see that we have combinations for the various building code combinations. Interestingly enough, that custom combination that we created does not show up in the list. And why is that? Well, if we look over here at the project status, under Analysis Done, it's going to tell me that it's not green, which means we have some things to mention. There's a note that says, could not locate neutral axis for custom combination 1. What that's telling us is that we've exceeded the capacity of the column and we couldn't get any results. So those high load factors of 2 and 3 were obviously too much for this column.